am I delusional or am I actually making these earrings look good? So this guy says when him and his sibling were around 7 and 8 years old, they went to visit their grandparents' house for the very first time in Chiapas, Mexico. They were outside of the grandparents' house playing around right when the sun was about to set. That was when they started to hear a voice coming from the street. When they finally saw who was calling out to them, it was a little boy, and there was nothing weird about the little boy except for the fact that all of his clothing was kind of made up of like potato sacks. He did ask the boys if they wanted to go play at his house. He said that he doesn't have any siblings and there's no other kids in the area that he could play with. He said that the little boy seemed really nice, so they did want to go play with him, but they told him that they had to go ask their parents for permission first. That was when the little boy tells them, oh no, we all know each other in the area, you don't need to ask for permission. The two kids were like, okay, we'll follow you. As they were following him, the little boy tells them that he lives right behind the grandparents' house, so that gave the two kids a little bit more comfort because they wouldn't be that far away. Luckily, their dad was actually outside and saw that they were leaving the house and going down the street, so he screams at them and asks them where they're going. And that's when the kid tells the dad, oh, we're gonna go play with the neighbor. When he told his dad we're going with the neighbor, he points at him, and then when he turns to look at where that kid was, he was no longer standing in front of them. They ended up going back to the grandparents' home because the dad refused to let them continue walking away, and when they got there, they told the grandpa and the dad what happened, and the grandfather tells them that it sounded like it was a chaneque trying to take them away. He also mentioned that nobody lived behind the grandparents' home, that the only thing behind his house was a river and that no other houses were beyond that. The grandpa even told them that there has been stories of kids gone missing when they're trying to go back in that area. He explains that he is so lucky that his dad was out there when he was because he has no idea where him or his brother would be if he wasn't. He definitely believes that he had a run-in with a chaneque, but the crazy thing was that he says it didn't look like a monster. It didn't look like what they explained maybe duendes to look like. It literally looked like a little boy that wanted to go and play. But what do you guys think? This looks so real, doesn't it?